Start now. All right, y'all. Well, here's the scoop for this weekend. Starting off new series. This will be our Christmas series that is happening kind of different lengths depending on what site you're at. I think Oakley's doing this week and next week. Mason's doing 3 weekends total. I think everybody else is doing 4, I think. And campus pastors will be sort of preparing talks for the final 2 weeks, and actually visiting different sites. So you get a chance to hang out with a campus pastor other than your own, which should be kind of cool. For this weekend musically, right out of the countdown loop, we'll kick into a Christmassy performance song with the goal being hitting that sort of nostalgic button that just acknowledging Christmas is a special time of year. And with this is kind of a choose your own adventure. So you've got Blue Christmas or All I Want for Christmas Is You. So that's up to you guys how you want to tackle, which of those songs you want to tackle and how you want to tackle it. But it'll basically look like hitting sort of an abbreviated version of the song just to welcome people, get people in the room, get people in the Christmas spirit. And then either you or your CPs, it would be good to touch base with your campus pastor or producer to see who wants to tackle this. But then the host function, specifically calling out, recognizing that it's some people's first time here, and specifically recognizing that, hey, I'm glad you're here, and not only that, but I'm excited because we've got an amazing series ahead for us. We're going to continue our time together by singing some songs about and to God, and I want to invite you to stand and sing with us some of our favorite Christmas songs together, and then go into Go Tell It on the Mountain. There's a cool Need to Breathe version on there that stays pretty true to the melody, and so I think people should be able to sing along. I think it'll require some massaging with the arrangement, but it does the thing. It's a really fun arrangement. So Go Tell It on the Mountain, Redemption Song, and then closing with Listen for the Lord. And pray, shake hands, have a seat. And we've got Community Life, the message per usual, and we're hoping to reprise with Listen. So it's a Chuck week, so that it's a Chuck week. So we'll probably have time. We'll probably have as much time as we intend for the reprise at the end. So cool. Questions? Anything? Kirsten.
When you say reprise at the end, is it the whole song, or should we plan to abbreviate that?
Great question. I generally plan on abbreviating them. Sounds like Robbie's gonna weigh in, but generally plan on abbreviating them, or however much time we have allotted for it. So it's not a 3-minute song, which is how much we have spaced for it. So, Robbie.
Yeah, so the deal is Chuck is going to land the message in a place where he's going to ask people to listen to God speak, to say, what do you want, or what would the Lord, what does the Lord want from you in terms of your worship? And so in that respect, what'll happen at Oakley is everyone, Oakley will play real soft, and didn't want to get so complicated to like run clicks and all that stuff. I don't think we need to go that far in the process, but to just vamp underneath it for probably like 1.5 minutes. Chuck wants to leave time for people to just think and really listen and then respond. So if I'm guessing where it lands, I'm just like strumming in D, singing it in my head gently with an acoustic guitar.
Just you?
Well, it'll be Erica. So, but it'll be light, and I would probably say, I might jump in with "I will wait for you to speak. I will wait for you to speak," and then I will listen for the Lord, sort of thing. So. And in terms of in terms of that moment in your room, man, if Chuck dismisses and people are still in a place of receiving, man, just go with it, So that would be
Great.
That'd be good.
So we'll be playing along with Chuck and Erica, basically. Great. Should we be listening to her panic button? Like, will it be a panic button thing, or do you think it'll be a?
My hope is that it's not.
Cool.
Josh has the panic button these days up here, and what hasn't caught on at Oakley is the wireless panic button. You guys have all done, but it's the rocking way to do it. Just to have it there so you can like stomp with a wireless microphone, that's awesome. It's an innovation that needs to go everywhere that uses wireless mics.
I think that's what we do. That's what Florence does.
Uptown. Eastside's going to do it, but they're going to do it with 2 wireless microphones.
Great.
Kirsten's trying to break the bank and get it on her microphone with the panic mic, literally panic mic.
I've just been coding all my stuff to Eastside. So
Me too.
Wait, we can do that?
Yep.
Well,
I got so many things I've been waiting on. We got to replace our entire wireless system because AT&T bought them all, right?
I think you get a couple years.
Commies.
That's our government that sold off those frequencies, friends. Our government.
Our government should build a wall. Build a wall around our.
Oh my God.
Going to the best RF system ever. Huge.
Great.
I have a question.
Yep. Another question. Are you even playing anywhere this weekend? How do you have so many questions?
I'm at West Side this weekend. So yes.
Oh, great.
Are there tracks for those 2 openers, or do we just do that?
There are not. Yeah. I have Noah slaving away getting tracks for All I Want for Christmas currently.
That could be so much fun.
He's right here. So they will be karaoke'd out, and we'll cut it down to like 3 minutes max.
240.
Two. It's basically just the chorus. Intro.
Chorus.
Intro, Jingle Bells, chorus.
Don't bore us.
Don't bore us, get to the chorus.
Can we do it per, what's her face? Mariah Carey. Can we do it per Mariah Carey's lip syncing style for, I'm just curious if that's an option.
Hey, it's up to you. Sorry.
Man.
Only if you use Mariah Carey's tracks and lip sync to them yourself, Austin.
In my free time.
I think that'd be
And
weird.
as long as you totally cop a Mariah Carey Christmas outfit.
Yes.
I can make that work.
I think that's Criddle's department, actually.
Oh, man.
I think you might be wearing the skirt right now. For those of you who are relatively new, it was it was about a year ago at staff training when I don't even remember what the occasion was, but Chris Riddle totally did, like, he went full. Like, it was not, I'm doing this and I think it's funny too. He committed to Britney Spears 100%.
Yeah.
Head to toe, like, he maybe, and his hips did not lie. He was amazing.
Yeah, HR is still cleaning up that mess.
Just to give you going back to those songs, Erica is going to do, the arrangement at Oakley is going to be really working hard to make a screen first performance piece. So what's going to happen is the awaited stage is real far upstage, and Erica, Sophie, and Courtney are all going to be, and so the 3 singers, plus Mike on acoustic guitar and Christy Teckenbrock on upright bass, So it's going to be very acoustic. They're going to be up on the stage with their backs to the crowd. And so the cameras are going to be upstage shooting at them with the crowd behind them in an effort to say, hey, for the screen people, we're making this for you. You know, this is for you first. And there happens to be a live studio audience here. And like in the minute countdown beforehand, Chuck's going to come out and say like, hey, you realize that our campus gets to be the host for all these other people that watch online. So specifically this Christmas, as we kick off our series, we're welcoming them, and we want to make something specifically for them. So when this thing comes on, hey, put your hands together for them, and we're just going to kick Christmas off right. Cool? All right, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then Erica's going to be looking at the camera, you know, and the girls are going to do that. So if you wanted to do like a stripped down version of Blue Christmas, like around a U87, that's what she's going to do. They're going to have a U87 and gathered around doing the harmonies, and then just acoustic guitar direct and upright bass mic direct, I think. So leverage your room to do, you know, I mean, Andy, if you had a great singer and wanted to do like the full-on Mariah Carey, and she could run up and down the aisles, you know, I mean, that would be like.
I've got V. Put him up. Put him up.
Put him up. Put him up. Put him up. Put him up.
Do I have Uniboo? What?
I got a bro question for you. Yep.
Oh.
She'll also slay that song. She will absolutely.
You will crush.
She'll absolutely. And she's been waiting for today. Yep.
All right. Any other questions on the weekend? Great. Hey, so wanted to give you a. First of all, does anybody know where Brad is? I can't seem to get a hold of him. No? Okay. Are you leading over there, Kirsten? Like Brad's not even going to be there? So maybe he's on vacation or something.
Maybe.
Okay, cool.
He didn't drop the amp off at all?
If he did, I can't find it.
Huh.
And I've texted him and emailed him and what's it called? Slacked him. Scarged him. Cool. So I wanted to give you a heads up. Tomorrow, we're not going to be doing an 11 o'clock. And if you have capacity, like if you can, I'm not your boss, but just knowing what schedules are like for everybody coming up with a weighted and everything, if you don't have to be there, man, don't feel pressure just to put in the time. But again, I can't tell you to take the day off, but I'm taking tomorrow off to drive to my in-laws. So in lieu of that, I've just got a couple things for that I want to get in front of you guys, just so you have an idea of what's coming down the path. Does everybody have maybe 10 minutes, maybe till 3 o'clock? Good. If you have to bail, then bail. So man, I got to go to hang out with Hillsong this last week, and I was really impressed and encouraged by the nature of all those guys, and like their openness to share their processes, and for them to be pretty transparent about how things are. In a lot of ways, they're massive. You know, like they're just an organization that, you know, dwarfs where we are right now. And then also in a lot of ways, they're really similar in that they seem to be working just a few days out, or not a few weeks out. You know, so they were asking me like, so how far out do you have set lists made? And I was like, well, set lists are finalized by Thursday. And they're like, Thursday? And I was like, yeah, but I mean, we have it like we've got the whole Christmas thing done. Whoa, that's crazy, you know? So it sounds like in a lot of ways, they work up to the wire in a way that I think we've grown from. And at the same time, they are their commitment to honoring people, their commitment to excellence, and their commitment to just loving the Lord are all really impressive. Like I really believe more than I did before that those people that we see on stage, they love Jesus as much as it looks like they love Jesus. And they still have shitty days, I'm sure, but it was encouraging for me. And in some ways there were some aspirational things. And one of them that I want to straight up lift from them is this, and I think we say this sort of in between things sometimes. We say, man, can you believe we get to do this? Can you believe this is our job? But on every door going to a stage, there's a big sign that says, we get to do this. You know, like, so when you walk out, like when you're backstage and you're walking past the monitor desk to go take the stage, it's like, bam, we get to do this. And there really is a humility and gratitude that comes with that. And just the language of that was really compelling to me. That translates through even their techs who are like worked super hard and grumpier than many of ours, you know, like there's still an aspect of, you know, when they were striking from the conference to set up to do a live recording less than 36 hours after that. And they had just done their LA conference like 12 days before they did this global Sydney conference. So I don't want to aspire to that, you know, like this riding a big wave into another big wave into another big wave, because that just makes a plateau. You know, if there aren't, you know, hills and valleys, or crests and valleys, you know, that it becomes just one big plateau, just at a really high altitude. So one is like, we get to do this. And I was watching little videos of you guys doing the family events at Andover and Georgetown. And I missed you guys. I was like, those are my people, you know, like, yeah, the Hillsong guys are cool, but like, those are my people. And I was really proud. I was really proud to hear all of you got, like, Kirsten, I read your thing on Facebook about that first night, seeing other posts. Man, I was really humbled by your attitudes, because I know that was a lot of work. You know, it's more to do. So it was awesome. Something else that I've been pondering, that this is not a so let me finish that thought. I love you guys. I think you're awesome. And you guys are world class. You have to know that. You have to know that. At some point, I'll share. I think next week, Ben and I are going to do like a lunch and learn where we just talk about our experience. And so we'll send out an experience team email. If you guys want to come to that, it'd be great to have you. Let's see. Here's one big thing coming up that that I am, maybe this is a little premature to throw out there, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway, just to get us rolling. I've been pondering this for a couple months, and after talking with some of the global creative directors, hearing how Hillsong has done this, I felt kind of affirmed in this experiment. So the importance of you guys being able to lead your campuses and lead your people at your site in a way that I think there's a tension. Maybe I'll say it this way. I think there's a tension between, here's what was set out for me to do, here's the Ableton session, and I need to execute this thing really well because of the standard of excellence. That's one side of the spectrum, and the other is, I want to lead my people. I want to lead them in the moment. And sometimes the Ableton set can feel like a support structure, and other times it can feel like a hindrance, or maybe even like a thing that that raises this level of like, I have to do that, and breaking away from it is maybe feels risky. So going into January, what I'd love to do is I would love to give each of you the opportunity to lead your site and to be able to choose how your site worships in a weekend, within the context of a predetermined vernacular that we say, hey, this is how we talk as Crossroads. This is how we communicate. And within that, like I asked, one of the things that the Hillsong folks said, like, yeah, we have 20 songs we do in 3 months. We have a set list of 20 songs, that's all. And that includes the new songs we're gonna do, that includes everything. And all of our sites, it used to be that all of our sites just did whatever they want. And they said we would go places and you wouldn't even know you're at Hillsong Church. You would just show up and you'd be like, wow, this is different. And then it would be whoever preaching on the weekend. They said where we've gone to is like, here are the songs that we're focusing on for this quarter or for these series. And I want us to try that after the first of the year. So you can imagine the trickle-down effect of this. This implicates lyric generation. This implicates lighting. This implicates video. This implicates channelization of things. There are lots of implications. So I'm still working out all those things, figure out how can we best support in this. But just so you guys are thinking ahead, I will create a document that says, hey, here's the set, or here's the block of songs. Here are the new songs that we'd like to introduce in this next quarter. You can work them in as you see fit. If you want to play them every weekend because that's what's working, then great, play them every weekend. If you want to do it every, but really, the objective here is for you guys to own that aspect of leading your body, of leading your community, and I'm excited. I'm excited to experiment with that. The other half to that is that there will be moments in which we need to do a certain thing, like it's built into the service. Here's the weekend, and we're building this opener. Great, that opener, it will be determined and will be presented like, here's the thing. You can build your set around that. Or we're finishing the set like this because it comes up with this moment where BT comes in and does this thing. Great, then you will build your set around that. So like the soft points and the hard points. The hard points would be, this is immovable. And the soft points would be, you build around it. And like with anything, some of you guys haven't been making set lists all the time. So one of the parts that we'll have in this is you'll have a few weeks to build your sets for the first series in January. And then I want you guys to get them to me. And I just want to look over them and I want to talk through them with you. If there are things I'm like, hey, it looks like a lot of these kind of songs. What are you thinking here? Let's process that. Or, man, this is a really great medley transition thing. Austin, you pulled in like 5 songs between these like 6 minutes. How'd you do that? Hypothetically. So that's the checks and balance. There's freedom. I want you guys to lead your people, and there are also some balances to go, hey, let's make sure that we're growing in our leadership. It's a lot more responsibility falling on you guys. Responsibility for quality, because there won't be an Ableton session prepared for you that you just push play on. That'll be something that you have to build for your own set. there will still be resources available. Like, hey, we made this. Here's the immovable thing. Here it is to you. There'll be a lot more on that. I haven't talked to producers about it, but that'll come. I just wanted to get it ahead of you. So as you're thinking about the next, probably next week, I'll send out like a bucket of songs, and we can start working. And then I'd love for us to spend some time dialoguing about like, hey, here's my set and here's how it went. You know, we've only got about 4 minutes left. Any questions? And there's probably a lot. I realize I just dumped this on you, but I didn't want to wait much longer. Yeah, Brian.
So will we still have like won't be handed an Ableton session? We still have like modular assets like loops for the 20 songs or whatever that we're going to do available to us so that we can plug those things into Ableton as we need them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's a great question. My guess is that I haven't made sessions for a long time. So my guess is all of the loops are out there. They're just not compiled into one session. And it would be one massive session. And maybe that's actually a good note. That's something that National could do, is we could say like, here's a master song file that has, 20 songs in it. And then maybe what you do is you delete everything that you don't want to use and you save as. So then you've got your 4-song set, because I imagine the computers would choke.
Yeah, even having like, I know all of the Whatever Pleases You stems are in just in a folder. So we have like a song folder inside the Whatever Pleases You album folder that has stems for each of those songs. Even having something like that, I mean, would be useful. But I think having the master set would be super useful for people who aren't used to compiling loops into Ableton.
Yeah,
just like you said, to just be able to delete. But my thought was just to have like, a folder with, like you said, a master of all the loops.
Yeah, we can do that. Hold on, I'm grabbing a notebook. For those of you who are contractors, Alex, I know this could be a lot more work. You're going, oh my gosh, this isn't in my, this is more. I would say that you could still take someone else's set list and just adopt it.
I think that realistically, I'd probably be fine like making my own Ableton sets and whatnot. I think that the freedom that this would give would be really cool for sites to cater to sites. So I'd want to do that as well. So
right on.
Alex, something else is like, even since I'm your coach and we're both at college campuses, maybe something we could collaborate on even.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Also, I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
But this could be a cool experiment for session view.
Hells yeah.
Like just one big, like people on the road do. I think that'd be awesome to go that route.
Agreed. Guys, I hate to cut this short. I have a meeting with Vivian. I don't want to be late to. So we'll talk more about this, and we'll next week. For those of you who are there's a weighted start, so things get wonky. We can talk about it in our next Wednesday meeting. So love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Peace out.